Hey everybody, Happy New Year. Let me start screen sharing, see if anybody have any topic. I guess the biggest news is we have a new release out. I think I was mostly on vacation or close to get out on vacation. So Nina, maybe you can provide some update on the release, or Art, I know you two are probably closely worked on the release.
Yeah, let me pull up the release notes actually. I know there were some fun issues like I think the Canadian Social Security numbers support went in. That's like a fun little like thing that I didn't even know was a thing, right? Um, what else? So we've had, I guess, two releases. The big one was right before the holidays, V11, and then V11.1 just went out 2 days ago. I guess in V11.1, some highlights that like I personally worked on were the tracing. So now we have XDS support for dynamic tracing configuration. So you'll be able to use that with kgateway. So the old tracing config still works. You can still use the old config map style to configure like the OTel tracer endpoint and things like that. But now, in addition to that, if you're using kgateway, you'll be able to use the front-end policy on the agent gateway policy to configure that. We also added support for configuring the Cypher suites, so the min-max TLS version and the priority list of the Cypher suites you'd like to use. That's also exposed in in kgateway, so you can use the backend policy to configure that. I guess we also have a new contributor, Marcus, who joined. So Marcus, do you want to give a highlight of a couple issues that you worked on recently?
Hey,
Not to put you on the spot. Yeah.
Maybe give an intro too. I don't think we probably welcomed you before. So
I joined Solo late last year. I'm still very much getting up to speed with both Agent Gateway and kgateway. So I'm trying to think like what have I done? It's been a mix of various changes. They're not technically in the current release, so I don't know. Maybe we can talk about it once it makes it into a proper release.
Yeah, I think you had a couple like cleanup changes that went in, but like updating the config schema and I'm blanking on what else. But yeah, so I think that like maybe we can share the release notes in the doc. Yeah, so there's a lot of new features. The MTLS listener support. There are some breaking changes I think to watch out for as well. So some of the proto structures especially have been changed to kind of align a little nicer with the Gateway API structure. So that's something to keep an eye out. So especially like the prompt guard policy types, they're now an ordered list. If you're using XDOF, there's a new protocol field that's required. If you want to keep the old behavior, you can just specify gRPC as that protocol, because that was the default before. And then the big one is the AI backend field was kind of moved around. So backend off, backend TLS, prompt guard are now under policies. So again, like if you're using like that's mostly for the AI fields, but like if you're configuring backend off, it'll now be in a slightly different space, and that's from 0.11 going forward. And then I think the last one was the listener config settings have been moved to the front end policies. So this again aligns kind of nicer with the Gateway API style policies.
thank you so much, Nina, for that rundown for us. Does anybody have any questions? I personally haven't tried the new release. I actually really look forward to try it myself. And Marcus, I don't blame you. You don't remember anything. It's hard, it's a long holiday break and everything.
So I had a question for using the configuring tracing via kgateway. Do we have to wait for the kgateway 2.2 release to go out so we can use it?
Yeah, so you can actually use the main release. So there's a nightly build that comes out, and a release that gets tagged with the latest commit. So the tracing config is actually merged in already, so you can test it on with the main tag. And then we're planning a KGateway 2.2 release, I think next week. TBD on that. Don't hold me to it, but yeah, that should, like, if you're just trying to play around with it, you can use the main release, and then the official release will be coming soon.
Okay, cool, thanks.
Do we have any beta builds Thomas could try, or you would?
I think we don't have a beta build with the latest tracing config. We do have a couple beta builds with like new features that actually have the 0.11, the 0.11 agent gateway release. So like the beta 5 will have the latest agent gateway, like not the latest, the 1.11 as 0.11 release, but it won't have the 0.11.1, which has the tracing.
Got it. Okay, so pretty much for everything else, the beta, the latest beta is fine, but not for tracing.
Yep. There have been also a lot of UI improvements, so thank you for the community for making those. So the UI, I think there's a couple bugs that were fixed around like displaying config and the config mapping. So.
That's awesome. Anybody else have any question regarding the release? And I saw a couple of people just join. Happy New Year, Chris and Tom and Carlos. Carlos, go ahead.
Yes, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, did you say something around a configuration moved in the spec or something? Is that a breaking change or did I misheard?
Yeah, I think Nina, maybe you can just recap briefly for him. I think you joined right when Nina was talking about the proto change.
Yeah, so there's a couple changes. Like I think the release notes for 0.11 have a recap of everything that's breaking change, but especially under the AI policy and the front-end listener policy, some things have been moved around. So like if you're using 1.11 forward, just keep that in mind when using those features. I think if you scroll down, it should have the list of breaking. Yep.
Okay, so I'll put this in the notes too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where's the release notes?
It's right here. So basically, I think I put it right here. So this one, if you click on the notes.
Oh, I was reading 11.1. So it's 11.1.
Oh, yeah. So 11.1, I think we were just discussing the tracing is the major change.
Yeah, and no breaking changes in 11.1.
Okay, I see the breaking changes. Okay. Thank you. Are we expecting breaking changes in the near future that we're already aware or not?
No, I think 1.11 was we actually had waited a while. I think it was like almost 2 or 3 months of work because we wanted to get all of the breaking changes into 1.11. Yep.
That's a good idea. Okay.
Yeah.
It's the batch. Okay. The batch of things that wanted to be done once. Okay.
Yep. And then now I think also the release cadence will be a little faster. We just wanted to bundle all of the breaking like refactor work into one release.
Yeah, by the way, Carlos, I think you haven't joined our meeting for a while. One of the main reason of the break change is the API would be more similar to the agent gateway native configuration. So it would be that like we don't have to work through our API to work with the old one that was for Envoy based for KGateway. So I think you are going to like the new change, but if not, do let us know.
Or to align gateway configuration CRDs to match as much as possible to the agent gateway.
Right, for the agent gateway portion, but for the Envoy portion, it would remain unchanged. this is also part of us listening to the community feedback that the control plane was moving very slowly. And also there was big change always between the native agent gateway config to the agent gateway configuration from the control plane.
Interesting. Do we know the use case of why people that set of folks that are like using the agent gateway config and moving to K gateways? That's the use case?
The use
I
case
mean,
is more.
so,
Yeah, go ahead, Thomas.
Like
I think you probably have one.
yeah, so there were configs that you can only configure using agent gateway and not in K gateway, right? Like
Not
MCQ
close.
authentication and all of that stuff. So we ideally would want to use K gateway, but we couldn't use it because you could only configure it with the config. So we are looking forward to just using K gateway.
Okay, okay. It just capture the yeah. Just wanted to capture the insight, right? I thought that was something around like a migration guide or people starting in agent correlation between people using agent gateway and then K gateway. We're trying to use like I do that on my laptop using agent gateway because I don't need the extra stuff to get something running, and then K gateway is maybe the production system or something.
I mean, I wasn't using it in production or anything, but like when I started using it, Agent Gateway was quicker to get started.
Right.
But
That's
then
why
I
was-
wanted to introduce it into my Kubernetes cluster, and then I had to do loads of tomfoolery because it wasn't like a good mirror sort of thing. But
at least for me for testing, like if I can get it working on agent gateway, I know my config values are correct.
Right.
For sure, right? And then I add the
Testament
extra
value, yeah.
complexity of Kubernetes, like what did I did wrong in my whole Kubernetes thing?
Yeah, I like the way you are thinking about it.
And also for isolating when we're maintainers, right? We try to say, hey, can you reproduce this in agent gateway where people come in K gateway premise to the agent gateway repo or community file. I know it should work, but you can isolate it or reproduce it with just agent gateway. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, Art, I think you have some updates on the docs. Go ahead.
Hey, yeah. One thing is that we did just update the docs for the 011 release, but I think we still need to go through for the 011 one, just to, like as a heads up. Another thing, on previous calls, I had mentioned about how we had the agent gateway on Kubernetes docs are in the K gateway site because they were using the K gateway control plane. We've gotten like a lot of feedback over the break and whatnot that people were still having issues finding it. So we're actually looking into moving those from the kgateway.dev site to the agentgateway.dev site so that when you go to agentgateway.dev/docs, right now it's just kind of covering the like local config options basically. Instead, we would have two doc sets on Agent Gateway docs. One would be the local, like what we currently have today, and then we would just be moving those Kubernetes based deployment docs to the Agent Gateway site, if that makes any sense. We would leave the like pointers in the K Gateway site, like on the docs landing page there and in the menu bar and that sort of thing. Yeah, like the drop down and here.
Yeah.
Those would still they would still be there, but they would link back to the Agent Gateway, a site where the Kubernetes docs would live for Agent Gateway. So yeah, that's one thing that we are looking at doing over the next couple of weeks. I just wanted to bring it up on the community call in case if people had any strong opinions about that, give them a heads up. And if you have any other sort of like organization feedback for how we structure the docs or whatnot, now would be as good a time as any. Just let me know. We can look at making some of those changes as we do this as well. So.
Yeah, thank you so much, Art. I think it's a good move, at least for Agent Gateway user who may not be interested in K Gateway, they would have everything in one place. And then for K Gateway user, they're going to have the same drop down as today. Well, this guy here would actually just link to Agent Gateway doc.
Yep.
And this guy here, yeah.
just quickly mention, I'm on the Agent Gateway. I go like docs, and then I've got the link for deploy on Kubernetes. It's giving me a 404. Just
Oh, this one here.
so yeah, I was I can
Oh, the
literally
agent gateway. Okay, here, right?
agent gateway, go docs, and it's the third deploy Kubernetes, and
Deployment.
then it's giving me a 404. Just saying.
This one.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. It's
It
weird,
works
right?
for
I mean,
me.
it's just me.
Is the button in the welcome that says deploy to Kubernetes for
Yeah,
in the balance?
I'm just.
When you do the welcome, there's like a
Huh.
rectangle with deploy Kubernetes. That's a core.
Okay,
Yeah, let me take a look at this page. I'll probably be pushing out today anyway before we do the reorg, so I'll try to fix this link.
So yeah, I think it's a good idea just to summarize the guys' feedback, because then the search, when people are searching for certain items or terms, then there is one website, if I understood correctly, right? That the Kubernetes stuff and the agent gateway will be one website. So you use the search at the top and you're searching for something, you will do a hit on either one.
yeah, I'm glad you like it. Yeah, if you guys have strong pushback, do let us know. But sounds like everybody so far is agreeing with that.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, thank you so much, update. Does anyone have any questions or anything you want to share that you're doing interesting stuff related to Agent Gateway, or maybe you see something in the ecosystem that's worth sharing?
I only just got the API changes to work last week, so I haven't tried anything new.
Okay, yeah. All right. If not, I guess we'll give you all 10 minutes back. Ask you to try the new Agent Gateway 011 or 011.1 if you have some spare time. Thank you all for joining us, and talk to you all soon. Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.